Hi everyone, thank you for being here. Trumponomics, or what Donald Trump would do should he be elected for a second term in office, has been revealed. 2 weeks prior to the failed assassination attempt on his life, he sat down with Bloomberg and outlined what his presidency would look like, some of which really caught my attention because it was rather shocking and surprising for him, which I will get to in a second because I really want to understand your thoughts on all of this. And of course, this is more important than ever now that it's looking more and more likely like we will be seeing another Trump presidency. In his interview, he said that he would now consider Jamie Dimon to serve as Secretary of the Department of the Treasury. Now, this is very interesting for a number of reasons. First and foremost, being that Jamie Dimon, for those of you who don't know, is the current chairman and CEO of JP Chase. That is the United States' largest bank. He's been in this position since 2006 and has been named one of the world's most top 100 influential people many years over. Now, Jamie Dimon has made it no secret that he'd be interested in being in office of some sort, maybe even having a run for the presidency at one point or another. But the reason why this is so surprising is that he and Donald Trump have always been at odds with one another on multiple topics. One of them in particular being their different views in cryptocurrency. So Jamie Dimon has always been adamantly opposed to any kind of cryptocurrency, where Donald Trump, especially in recent year or two, has become a big fan. Jamie Dimon has remained a fiercely outspoken Bitcoin and crypto critic, even as Wall Street began to warm up to the technology, calling it a fraud and a Ponzi scheme, and saying that if he was in government, he would, quote, shut it down. Meanwhile, again, Donald Trump has leaned into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, even going so far as to allow campaign donations in cryptocurrency. Now, one thing that could be changing is Jamie Dimon's position on crypto. It is noted here that JP Morgan did develop and deploy its own blockchain and cryptocurrency called JPM Coin to speed up and reduce the cost of transactions. So maybe he's changing his tune, or maybe he only is in support of cryptocurrency when it benefits him and his company. I don't know, but either way, I think the biggest question mark here is the fact that we'd have someone who's been running one of the largest US banks in charge of the department, the Secretary of Treasury. I don't know, it's surprising to me. What are your thoughts on it? Do you agree with it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I thought, let's pull up and see exactly what the Secretary of the Treasury is responsible for, and then we can make a more informed decision. They are responsible for formulating and recommending domestic and international financial, economic, and tax policy. They are really in charge of a lot of the policy making as it comes to our economy. They also are in charge of managing the public debt. They serve as the financial agent for the US government. And then they also sit on a number of boards and councils, including the chairman of the Thrift Depositor Protection Oversight Board. Let me say that one again. Depositor Protection Oversight Board. So if there ever was a conflict of interest, this might be one. And they also serve as a US governor to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. So we know that this position is heavily involved in the policymaking and decision-making of our economy. Now, it could be a good thing to have someone with real-world experience in this position, but again, it does make me pause personally when I think about someone who has this banking background to be in a position, especially someone who's in charge of protecting deposits and making other policy decisions. But I don't know. I don't know how it would play out. It's an interesting choice, if nothing else. So still speculation at this point, but something he said he'd be open to. He also said in this interview, Donald Trump said he would allow Jerome Powell to serve out his term as chair of the Federal Reserve, which runs through May of 2026. So that's interesting as well, because he has been very outspoken against Jerome Powell, and it's been something that he has not been in support of in the past, but says that he would leave him in should he continue to do the right thing. Not sure exactly what that means. He has speculated that if Jerome Powell were to try and do a rate cut at this point prior to the election, that it could be showing that he was giving President Biden support. It's still a little bit too early to tell on that front, but I think between you and I, it would be surprising to say that politics weren't playing a role in all of this. Lots to think about. What are your thoughts on all of this? Trumponomics. Do we agree with the potential to appoint Jamie Dimon? Do we disagree? Do we like it? Do we hate it? Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to cover in the coming weeks about the election and about the impact it's going to have on the economy and therefore your wallet. So I will absolutely be continuing to update you as these things progress. In the meantime, please be sure to like and subscribe. As always, I so appreciate your comments, your thoughts, your feedback, and your questions. Keep them coming. Until next time, I'm Taylor Kenny with ITM Trading, your trusted source for all things gold, silver, and lifelong wealth protection.